So I'ma put it in a robot song, It's in the rhythm. Bashima demu sawanje, mobe kebiala minti. Chamala mafuno, my bro, malabu yam. Bashima demu sawanje, mobe kebiala minti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Oh, my bugger drop, enough bag of chat, enough bag of love, my dollar drop, make CD shots, now who the dog, check the settings, now read the shit, I show you one, I want to take, check the settings, now read the shit, I wanna read the shit, I wanna check the shit, check the settings, now read the shit, I show you one, I want to take, check the settings, now read the shit, I wanna read the shit, till I drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of bun. So I'ma put it in a robot song. Prior drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of bun. So I'ma put it in a robot song. Tell them, I should need them Sunday. Mobe kebiala minti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. I should need them Sunday. Mobe kebiala minti. Jamala mafuno, mami, too low. Every time you're too low, you're too low. Every time you're too low, you're too low. I wanna.
Tonight.
Yo, bang, bang!
Feel white bodies in the yard, but I see none. I love the one in the weave on.
Right.
It be eating my mind boss. Feel white bodies in the yard, but she see none. She love the one in the dreadlocks. And it be eating my mind boss. Timmy Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of bun. So I'ma put it in a robot song. Prior drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of bun. So I'ma put it in a robot song. It's in the rhythm. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebiala minti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu yam. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebiala minti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. My bugger drop, enough bag of chat, enough bag of love, my dollar drop, make CD shots, now who the dog, check the settings, now read the shit, I show you one, I want to take, check the settings, now read the shit, I wanna read the shit, I wanna check the shit, check the settings, now read the shit, I show you one, I want to take, check the settings, now read the shit, I wanna read the shit, tell me Panaya drop from Babylon, catch your
battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Welcome to Mash.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another weekend of Ultimate Battle. You know how we do it here. My name is Slimo. It's a pleasure being back. You know, every Friday around the same time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., we've got you covered. You're welcome to Ultimate Battle. If this is your first time here, it's your weekly esports streaming platform. We bring you some of the best battles all around, and not just in SC. There's the whole Fortnite community, MK, everybody doing their business. But for Fridays, it's reserved for FC, and we are ready to get down to action. If you are here for the past couple of weeks, you know that it's been some awesome Accra versus Kumasi battles. Week 1 saw Khobby and Sergio do battle, with Khobby showing that he has got a lot to show when it comes to these battles and ultimate team battles and all of that. His first debut on Ultimate Battle, I believe, was amazing, beating Sergio convincingly. Then the next weekend, we got to see Kyran taking on Mulish, and my oh my, the new kid on the block is definitely showing that he wants to really come on and make a statement for himself. Yes, Mash hardest man Kyran picked up the win against Easy by Smulish. Well, this Friday, we've got a whole other new battle for you. For the next coming weeks, you're just supposed to look forward to Ultimate Battle, because we've got battles coming for you every single weekend. And for this weekend, I'm sure you heard already, Guy Khobby will be taking on God. These two have a history. We'll see how they all settle it down here. But before we get into the battle, I'm super excited today because we told you Ultimate Battle this year, we will have surprises. And I've got a massive surprise for you guys. Well. A lot of people have been asking me about my casting journey and when I started becoming a commentator and all of that. And I said the one guy who was a major inspiration to me, and I'd call him definitely the pioneer when it comes to esports casting in Ghana. Definitely the guy who paved the way for maybe a lot of people here in Ghana to even start enjoying casting. He's the one and only Vespa Kofi Sapon. He'll be joining me today. Big man all the way from the UK. Vespa, how far?
Come on, Sly, you're far too kind with your words, and it is a great honor to be welcomed back into the scene by you. And trust me, I am so proud of the extent you've reached in this journey. I sit back, watch, and I only have full pride in my hat. And I want to doff my hat. I don't have a hat literally, but then I would like to doff my hat to you for holding down the scene even when I was away, keeping everything active, keeping the boys happy, keeping the audience engaged and entertained, and massive respect to you.
Yeah, it was indeed a pleasure working with you, and it's fun that we'll have you back on this one. So yeah, Vespa will be joining us for this special edition on Ultimate Battle, Accra versus Kumasi. I know Vespa used to enjoy these battles when he was in Ghana. Of course, you always have a little bit of a bias because some part of himself is still from Kumasi. I mean, Vespa, these days your Kumasi boy is really on show level.
You can never do away with the American vibe. I was born and raised in Kumasi, and of course hustled in Accra, so definitely my allegiance will always go back to my roots, Kumasi. So anything Kumasi, I am rooting for that. But then today I think we've got quite an interesting fixture. We've got an old gen versus new gen, and it is going to be quite a wonderful game to witness. So I am all for the thrill of the match tonight.
Well, for sure. Just like Vespa is excited, everybody else is as well. We don't want to talk too much. This time is always ready for action. We're ready to go into it. We'll take our first quick spin around. When we are back, we'll get into game 1 of our best of 3 action. Guy Khobby representing Accra on God all the way from Kumasi. Let's see who wins this one.
The home of esports tournaments, matchups, and player stats all in one place. In this walkthrough, we're kicking things off with the tournament page, showing you exactly how to navigate through each tab and get the most out of the platform. First up, the Overview tab. This is your go-to spot for everything you need to know about a tournament at a glance. The Overview tab gives you a complete snapshot of the entire tournament, who's playing, what's happening, and how far the event has progressed. At the top left, you'll find the tournament name along with the start date, prize pool, and number of participants. Right beside it, on the top right, you'll see the completion rate displayed as a percentage, showing how far the event has moved from the early rounds all the way to the finals. And right below that, there's the top 3 prediction section, a brand new feature that'll be explained in detail soon. Scroll down and you'll find the tournament details and participants list, giving you a quick look at everyone taking part. Next, we've got the bracket tab, where the real action unfolds. The bracket view gives fans, players, and organizers a clear look at the tournament structure, current standings, and who's qualified for the next round, all updated live as matches are completed. In short, this is where you come to see who's climbing to the top and how the story of the tournament unfolds, one win at a time. Moving on to the matches tab, this section breaks down every matchup round by round, from the opening games all the way to the grand finals. You can easily check who played who, the results, and who advanced to the next stage. Gameplay replays will also be made available here, so if you missed any matches, you can catch up and watch the highlights later. Everything updates automatically, so you're always seeing the latest results and scores. Finally, let's check out the standings tab. This section ranks all participants based on their performance, showing their wins, losses, and total points earned throughout the tournament. Whether it's a solo competition or a team-based event, this tab gives you a quick look at who's leading the pack and who's still fighting their way up the rankings. It's simple, clean, and the perfect place to track overall progress at a glance. Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test. There's two types of predictions you can make: top 3 predictions of who's going to get the farthest, and single predictions for who you think will win a specific match. You can find top 3 predictions in the Overview tab. Here you'll be able to choose which players or team is going to take the top 3 spots. Single predictions can be found in the Matches tab, where you can select winners for specific rounds. Back to the Predictions tab, the first thing you see is the leaderboard, which ranks everyone who's made predictions based on their points total. On this board, you can track each user's performance, seeing their specific top 3 picks, the number of top 3 spots they got correct, and their overall PW, predictions played to 1 ratio. Your ranking is determined by the point system. Correctly predicting the winner of a single match earns you +1 point. Correctly choosing the top 3 in any order earns +5 points, and correctly choosing the top 3 in the exact order earns a massive +10 points. The tab is fully interactive, allowing you to click on the P/W number to see a detailed list of every match prediction the user made, and clicking on the total points reveals a full points breakdown, summarizing how they earned their score. This tab is your home base for competition and score tracking, allowing you to track your rivals and polish your picks.
Yo, bang, bang!
Turn on. Feel white bodies in the yard, but I see none. I love the one in the weave on. It be in my mind, boss, mind boss. Feel white bodies in the yard, but she see none. She love the one in the dreadlocks. And it be in my mind, boss, mind boss. See me panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. It's in the rhythm. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alaminti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alaminti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. My bugger drop, enough bag of chat, enough bag of love, yeah. My dollar drop, yeah. Make silly shots, now who the dollar check the shit. Check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit, I wanna check the shit. Check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit. See me panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Bashimi demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alaminti. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. Bashimi demu sawanje. minty. Jamala mafuno, my baby, to know. Every time you to know. Me to know. Me to know. To know. To know. To know. Every time you to know. Me to know. To know. I wanna.
All right. We finally have the matchup we've been waiting for. On God taking on Guy Khobby. This Accra versus Kumasi battles. Well, they have been one-sided for the first two that did happen. Gabi picking up the win early against Sergio, and also Kyran doing the business against Mulish. The guys are ready, and so are we. If you didn't join earlier in the broadcast, I have a special guest here with me. Vespa, are we still on?
Sly, I'm on like I've never left.
All right. There you heard it, guys. Guy Khobby taking on God. Mind you, we've changed the format a little bit. Best of 3 series this time around. Of course, everybody's now conversant with the new 9-minute house. Usually, before in the past, we usually had like a 6-minute house, but these days it is going to be 9-minute house. I believe Guy Khobby will be looking for a little bit of revenge because maybe Vespa, you didn't hear about this, but a couple of weeks ago, Marsh had a play first, definitely the biggest tournament to hit the wheels because it was like 120,000 Ghana cedis on the line. On goal.
Oh yes, I did hear about that.
He came on and beat Guy Khobby, and usually we don't see the Kumasi players come to Accra and beat the Accra players.
Oh, he collected Woto.
He collected, and since then, Guy Khobby has told us, you know what? He'd want a little bit of revenge. So maybe this could be his moment. Ultimate Battle, the perfect platform for him to maybe exercise some revenge. But there we have it. We are underway for our first matchup of the broadcast, guys. There's a lot at stake here. There's a lot to watch out for. Mind you, our prediction lines are still open. Before the first 10 minutes in game, you can get your predictions in the chat right now. Of course, immediately passes 10 minutes, your predictions will not be rendered valid anymore. But we are looking to start well. And as far as it surprising that Guy Khobby is repping Ghana hard with his Ghana jersey on.
That is a very questionable outfit to be wearing at this point in time when the Nigerians are very, very mad at us from the semi-final match they played with Morocco a few days ago. So I'm sure if there are any Nigerians watching this stream today, they definitely will not be supporting Guy Khobby. And
on God already
been drawn.
Big goal for on God in the context, just like that. I mean, within the first 5 minutes, it was Guy Khobby pushing, but this game showing you that it can punish you at any point in time with on God breaking through on goal and making sure he converts with that opportunity. I think it is showing that these days you don't have to have the whole possession to kind of win games, but on God definitely showing that he can play on the counter.
Composure in the finishing element of the game. If you've got that on, you definitely will be in the position to be getting the goals, and that is what I have realized about EAFC, especially FC26. It's not about the flair or the skill and all of that. It's about having the composure to finish when you are in position. And kudos to on God, Charlie Kumasi, we're in the house. Let's go.
Americans repping hard, and then he goes again on goal, patiently building through the back. One thing I've noticed about his game is the fact that he's always patient with his build-up. Even if he's down by a goal or 2 goals, he always has the patience to notice that he cannot rush things at all. And that's one attribute that you've always got to have in this game. If you rush things, you always kind of maybe get yourself in a ditch at times. Sometimes this game can be quite frustrating. Rude Hullet. These days, everybody seems to be having that silver icon item. There's the dancing down the byline and looking to create a little bit of space. As we see the move of the player lock into the back post, almost getting the opportunity to fall.
It is quite exciting to see both players trying to control the clock as much as the ball. Unfortunately, the old gen Guy Khobby is not really having it in the third element of the game. He's not getting into that finishing positions. And I have to give credit to On God for holding those defensive lines very well. It might seem as if they've played before, judging from the way they are both trying to hold each other at bay. But, well, it's FC26.
Well, it is indeed SE26. Anything can happen. And mind you, guys, it's 9-minute half. So even in these first 15 minutes, it's still a very, very long way to go. It's still a lot of FC to be played. I can bet you that with Vespa's time casting, he has seen a lot of comebacks in his career. So in the first 15 minutes, if you see someone go a goal up, it shouldn't signal that the game is ended at all. Vespa, they lie.
It is definitely right, brother. Especially with this game where goals can flow like water. You definitely can't just rely on that goal alone and think that is going to be it. But here we go, another dangerous attack. And it's been curtailed by the awesome defending of Guy Khobby. But Sly, what is your prediction for this match?
I think it's always tricky to call directly who would win this game, because I feel like for On God, he is playing with a little bit of added pressure because, mind you, Kumasi has already lost the first two battles that we did for the last couple of weeks. So they know that they've got to get this one right. So there is kind of pressure on God a little bit. And for Guy Khobby, with an OG like him just flowing with confidence and experience, if I'm to lean anywhere, maybe I might go towards Guy Khobby a little bit because he's shown more and more times that he could produce on so many big stages. But right now, On God looking to prove a lot of people wrong. That time, the effort parried away by Petr Cech.
Always adapt and they don't panic. So I'm trusting that Guy Khobby is not panicking at all. But then On God is a new face in the industry. He comes in with raw energy, with that nothing to lose possibly stance. And with such situations, it's always dangerous. I mean, when you're coming against a player who has nothing to lose, they are always willing to throw anything at you without regard to trying to control the game at all. So I think it is going to be a very tricky night tonight.
Well, indeed, first 25 minutes and you can already see that has been On God controlling affairs. But Guy Khobby is surely not giving up any time soon. If this is your first time joining, this is Ultimate Battle Platform brought to you by Marsh Hadda Gaming. If you've still not checked out Marsh Hadda Gaming's website, you are missing out on a lot. If you're a big fan of gaming and esports, head on there now and be a part. And they still found ways to score. So I'm quite surprised that On God took that one shot.
Well, I think Guy Khobby is often referred to as the meta god, and I know so.
Yeah, these days that's what he's calling himself.
So what's the meta he's going to be applying tonight?
Well, for Guy Khobby, I think the meta has always been keep a hold of the ball and look for the runners with the through balls, because that's what works in FC26. But you look at the low block of On God right now, he's making it difficult for Guy Khobby to do that. But he's in space. The Accra man looking to redeem himself. Early on in these first 30 minutes, Yamal just on the edge of that area as he tries to make inroads. Pina in dangerous position. And usually for Pina this year in that position, she converts. Great save. But that's the first time we've actually seen Guy Khobby break down On God's defense. You think that'll give him confidence going forward?
Yet still was outstanding defending, owing to the fact that the attack didn't end in a goal. And so I will give credit to On God for holding his lines very, very tightly, especially coming against an old tricky cut like Guy Khobby is. It looks like it is going to be a very difficult night for Guy Khobby. That is only if On God can hold on to the composure in defending, as he is currently doing very bravely on the lines.
Well, he is trying all of his best, but right now the pressure is on from Khobby as he keeps winning the ball back right on the edge of that area, causing On God some problems. So there you have it, On God winning the possession back. Just 35 minutes going on the game clock. I believe the stream is a little bit laggy. We apologize for that one. The technical team is working on hand to get that one as smooth as possible. So kindly bear with us for this matchup. Hopefully in the next ones to come, we will get it to be running as smooth as possible. Just about 10 minutes to go before we wrap up this first half. Guy Khobby in space. And he'd find the back of the net. And I think it's well deserved for the last 5 minutes. He has been the one pushing.
He definitely was going to find that break, and he has found it. And so, yes, like I said, Guy Khobby, elite players do not panic. And he took that opportunity swiftly, and he's back in the game.
Well, I'm glad I'm having Vespa here on the broadcast because you know what? There's been this whole conversation that's been going on within the Ghanaian FC Esports team, and I think Vespa might be in the best position to answer this question. Vespa, we've been having a lot of discussions about who the actual top 5 goats of the FC scene is, and I know you've seen a lot of them come through. Guy Khobby, Wonder Kid, Sule. We've seen the likes of Big Ups. We've seen Kelvin. We've seen Firmino, like huge names within the scene. Which ones really do come to the mind for you when we speak about the greatest of all time? And of course, the best guys to pick up a controller when it comes to FC within the Ghanaian scene.
Hi, this topic is always going to bring wahala, but then here is a dangerous movement there. Guy Khobby not finding that opportunity to get his second goal. But yes, like I was saying, top 5 is always going to be relative for me in terms of time and season. And so, currently we have so many new faces on the block who are showing grit. We've in recent times seen some players who've given the big cuts, in quotes, the big cats have been given a very tough time by some of these new faces, but that does not in any way undermine the merits that the big cats do hold. So if you talk of top 5, I think we can have an all-time top 5, and we can also have an in-season top 5. And currently in the in-season, I might be lacking because I've not closely followed some of these new players for a while. But when we talk of all-time, I think I can come into that topic, and you definitely would know who my first player would be.
For sure. For sure. I think it was a no-brainer. I think Wonder Kid being a number 1 is no
that you come across on the streets by people that you've not met anywhere. But you speak of gaming in Ghana, and the name that comes to mind is Wonder Kid. I'll tell you what, I met a medical doctor here recently. We've become friends. We often connect to play some online friendlies. And I asked him if he's followed gaming in Ghana for. I said, oh, yeah. And I asked him any of the players, and he said, oh, Wonder Kid. And this is a guy who apparently hails from the eastern region, but then he was in Legon for his medical studies. And so Wonder Kid is definitely on the top of the list all time when we speak.
Interesting. Well, before we get on to the rest of the list, mind you guys, 45 minutes mark has strike as we go into the second half of this battle. Guy Khobby versus On God. If you are joining the broadcast, I'm doing this with the one and only, the special, one of the greatest of all time when it comes to casting in Ghana, Vespa Kofi Sapon. Just giving us a little bit of a history lesson for the newbies who are still new to the scene and didn't know how things work back then. He's giving us a top 5 list, and he just named, of course, the Great Wonder Kid being at number 1. I think that one everybody kind of knew, but we go down with the list furthermore with Vespa educating us.
Well, going down the list, number 2 is going to be it's going to be one of a very tricky one for me because I was going to mention Sule. But Sule in recent times hasn't been very active for me. So I will go with Guy Khobby in second place. What do you think about that?
Interesting pick. And I think it's always a mix and match with Sule and Guy Khobby. I think usually when we're having all of these conversations, of course, Guy Khobby, who we are seeing in action now against On Good, it's always what your criteria is, because usually people like prime, like in Sule's prime, he was unstoppable. The only guy to kind of actually stop Wonder Kid when he was going on that crazy run. Guy Khobby did it as well, but I think Sule did it relatively better. But then you also look at longevity and the way Guy Khobby has been able to dominate the scene, even up till now. You've got to give him credit for that. So I think when you blend those two, Guy Khobby has more or less like a better resume as compared to Sule. So I understand if you put Guy Khobby too, and I'm sure maybe number 3 is kind of predictable now.
Yeah, and Sule definitely will fall into third.
Oh, Finesse comes in. Big goal. On God, the gamer. This time he baited a little bit with Pina. Because mind you, for that player of the month item, she still got that 5-star weak foot. And you could tell with Guy Khobby's defending, he thought maybe he was going with the right footed strike with the way On God was dribbling there. But that's why it's important to have 5-star weak foot when it comes to your strikers. Makes them so unpredictable right in front of goal. And just like that, the Kumasi man now leads. And then he goes again. This time with Doku on the left. Boro scoop into the mix. Another finesse comes in. Well, it looks like all of a sudden the tables have turned and On God has all of the momentum in the world.
definitely brimming with confidence at the moment. Like I mentioned earlier, he has nothing to lose in this fixture. It is going to be news when Guy Khobby loses, but then if Guy Khobby is to come out the winner, it's no news at all, because definitely he is on the books as the favorite of this one. But then it is going to be news if the underdog of this fixture, which at the moment is on God, comes out victorious, and he is determined and really purpose from the look of things to come out as the victor.
Well. We are just at a very important stage. Mind you guys, if you didn't join the broadcast for the past 2 weeks, Accra versus Kumasi, it started perfectly for Accra. I believe Gabi totally smashed Sergio in that first game. Went on to win the second game and close the series 2-0. It did happen in that series as well with Kyran and Mulish. The new kid on the block was able to do it in the first 2 games against Easy Bias Mulish. So they've shown, the Accra players have shown that they can really come to the fold and hold their own. That's the newbies though with Gabi and Kyran. Well, this time we shuffled the pack a little bit with the OG Guy Khobby. He's currently down by 2-1 against on goal, but there's still a lot of time here to go. If you're joining Ultimate Battle for the first time, you can consider subscribing to the channel. This and every Friday, this is where the action will be. I'm joined by the one and only Vespa Sapon, and you know what? He's given us a little bit of controversy with him putting Guy Khobby over Sule when it comes to the all-time top rankings. You know what? For your number 4 and number 5, I know there are a lot of names that will be coming to mind right now, but the last time we had this conversation, there was one guy who put himself in that list and he really made some valid points. I mean, Kalu did make some very good points for himself, especially when it comes to longevity. What do you think about Kalu being top 5 all time?
Well, Kalu definitely is a name you cannot go without when talking about top FC players in Ghana. And even much so talking about top gamers, because I've seen Kalu being versatile in other games as well. But then the subject matter is FC26, and at the moment, is Kalu making my top 5?
All time. Always quite tricky. Like there's so many names. Yeah.
Top 5. I think I will hold on to Kalu's name for now, and definitely go with Montana in 4th place.
Wow, that's a huge shout. And you know what? I can't fault you for it at all. There goes Guy Khobby looking to work his way back in the game. That time the attempt from Pina stopped in its tracks as On God is looking to stamp his authority on this game. See a little bit of the player lock coming to space. Guy Khobby reading that one very, very well. Well, Montana being a number 4. Wow, Montana already being placed in go to debates. Well, you kind of saw this coming with the types of tournaments that he's been winning. Marshall played first, VGA great last year. I think the only time when we be kind of disappointed was Ghana versus Nigeria when it came last year. But I totally understand it if Montana is in your top 5 right now. Wow.
Definitely taking 4th place for me. And now 5th place, that is going to be very hard, because now Kalu is just reverberating in my head like that. But then also I've seen quite some amazing performances from some other players.
Yeah, I think
in recent times, and even in
Big Ups also has a shout, because he's also shown within the last couple of years that he can
Yes, indeed. Yes, I was just going to mention Big Ups as well.
You remember the former GFA Trophy Championship? We actually casted together now and Praise Jonas. You remember him as well? Also had like a very good run. Kelvin back in those days, so when that kid they used to go boot for boot.
Going back,
it's not pass on side from Khobby, just slightly outside of that one. Sorry to catch you short, Vespa.
That was a dangerous moment for Guy Khobby. Unfortunately, couldn't make hay while the sun was shining. But yes, I'm talking about Kelvin. I mean, there have been OGs who have actually made the name for themselves. But then, unfortunately, some of these names were short-lived. However, they couldn't hold on to the test of time. Sometimes responsibilities double and allegiances switch from gaming into other fields. So at the moment, it is a very tough call for me to find the 5th placed player in my top 5. You might have to help me, Oslai.
You know what? We'll give Vespa some time. I don't want to help Vespa. I want him to say it. So when we post it out there, when you post it on VGA socials everywhere, this is Vespa's top 5. Hopefully, do not say slice influence or something.
Revisit this topic when we are coming to the closing stages.
Yeah,
let's talk
sure.
about this match, which is now almost coming to an end. 74 minutes played on the clock, and it looks like On God has really, really held himself very, very well. But then here comes the OG.
Guy Khobby through On goal, and when he sees space like that, he's one of the most deadly One's in the country. He's back on level terms. And just like Vespa said on the break, guy Khobby always difficult to stop. And that has been his mantra throughout all of these years when he's playing these games. Like he just has a variety of the way he plays. He can read the game and he notices that, okay, on God is holding on possession. All I can do is just hit him on the counter, and he's done that perfectly.
Kudos to Guy Khobby getting himself a lifeline in this game, and who is actually going on to carry the win. What predictions did we get in that first 10 minutes? What was it like?
Well, I think from Chef G7, he did predict on God to win by 7-5. Well, that's a hefty scoreline. I guess maybe it's because 9 minutes half, of course, there's a lot of time, so you're expecting more goals. But these are two technically gifted players, especially when it comes to defense. I think their defense is compact as compared to the rest. On God! Oh, that must be the best of the 5 goals we've seen today. It's a brilliant finish, and I love the dummy there. And we speak about the use of the 5-star weak foot. This time, Claudia Pina through her left definitely sold Guy Khobby on that one. And it's no surprise that he drew some applause from Vespa. I think he is happy with how his fellow American is performing.
I am full of smiles right here. Not just because he's American, but then just because of the boldness he has coming up against an old cat and then, you know, holding himself in such confidence. It is really remarkable to see and to watch. And I hope he's able to hold on to the next game as well, because this is a best of 3. And so if you get the first 2 victories, you have definitely carried the day in grand style. So let's see how that pans out.
Well, he's got about 7 minutes to hold on to if he can, because we know with Guy Khobby, he can't put on the press. Well. Kumasi has not been starting this series well. Could this be a different story for them this week? Paqueta in the midfield. I think one card is quite interesting. Those season items. I haven't really been respecting those season items. I have got to be paying a lot more attention to them, but he's losing the ball in a very dangerous position as Khobby will still hold on to it. Parallel through the left. Khobby dancing his way to it. Some excellent dribbling. Well done to On God. The positioning to get back into space, anticipate, and just make an excellent interception. Is going to be needing a lot more of that in these last 3 minutes of the game. I mean, Vespa, you've been in such a situation before multiple times. You've casted through games where it has gone down to last-minute situations. We know On God can always produce. He's in it. If you find this one for sure, that will be game, set, match. That one surely has put this game to bed. What an incredible performance from the Kumasi man.
What a goal and what a performance from On God. It looks like Guy Khobby is currently chasing shadows at the moment, unfortunately. And that was a very well-timed finish. And, well, who else to get it? But Gullit. So good.
He did so well on that possession there. You could tell that he was drawing Guy Khobby in, knowing that Guy Khobby desperately needed that goal back. And what did he do? Hit on the counter with the spaces in behind, and he's produced the quality finish as it leads 4 goals to 10. Has for sure put the win in the bag. It's a massive performance for On God. What an incredible way to start for him. As an underdog going into this game, you don't have too much to lose. So when you start well, you put all of the pressure now on Guy Khobby. And well. I'm sure a lot of people didn't predict the stats, but now all of a sudden, Kumasi has thrown a wrench into the works. Vespa, were you impressed with what you saw?
Absolutely impressed. Impressed is even an understatement, considering that absolutely wonderful performance that On God put in. But of course, respect to Guy Khobby as well. It takes a lot of confidence to be able to stay long in the game and still catch up with the young cats, because it's, well, obviously easier for the young cats to learn new tricks, but then for an old cat to still, you know, stay in the game at this moment, I think that is very remarkable and he deserves credit. But then, of course, Kumerica all the way. Let's carry it tonight. And, well, I'm not being biased, but then, of course, On God has a special part in my heart at the moment.
Well, it's not shocking at all. Definitely repping Kumerica hard. But that's not all for today. Mind you, it's a best of 3 series. There's still a couple more games to go down. On God could decide this in his next game. If he wins, that's game over for this series. Will he get Kumasi back on track? We'll find out right after this break.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
Welcome to mashharder.com, the home of esports tournaments, matchups, and player stats all in one place. In this walkthrough, we're kicking things off with the tournament page showing you exactly how to navigate through each tab and get the most out of the platform. First up, the Overview tab. This is your go-to spot for everything you need to know about a tournament at a glance. The Overview tab gives you a complete snapshot of the entire tournament, who's playing, what's happening, and how far the event has progressed. At the top left, you'll find the tournament name along with the start date, prize pool, and number of participants. Right beside it, on the top right, you'll see the completion rate displayed as a percentage, showing how far the event has moved from the early rounds all the way to the finals. And right below that, there's the top 3 predictions section, a brand new feature that'll be explained in detail soon. Scroll down and you'll find the tournament details and participants list, giving you a quick look at everyone taking part. Next, we've got the Bracket tab, where the real action unfolds. The bracket view gives fans, players, and organizers a clear look at the tournament structure, current standings, and who's qualified for the next round, all updated live as matches are completed. In short, this is where you come to see who's climbing to the top and how the story of the tournament unfolds, one win at a time. Moving on to the Matches tab, this section breaks down every matchup round by round, from the opening games all the way to the grand finals. You can easily check who played who, the results, and who advanced to the next stage. Gameplay replays will also be made available here, so if you missed any matches, you can catch up and watch the highlights later. Everything updates automatically, so you're always seeing the latest results and scores. Finally, let's check out the Standings tab. This section ranks all participants based on their performance, showing their wins, losses, and total points earned throughout the tournament. Whether it's a solo competition or a team-based event, this tab gives you a quick look at who's leading the pack and who's still fighting their way up the rankings. It's simple, clean, and the perfect place to track overall progress at a glance. Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test. There's 2 types of predictions you can make: top 3 predictions of who's going to get the farthest, and single predictions for who you think will win a specific match. You can find top 3 predictions in the Overview tab. Here you'll be able to choose which players or team is going to take the top 3 spots. Single predictions can be found in the Matches tab, where you can select winners for specific rounds. Back to the Predictions tab, the first thing you see is the leaderboard, which ranks everyone who's made predictions based on their points total. On this board, you can track each user's performance, seeing their specific top 3 picks, the number of top 3 spots they got correct, and their overall PW, predictions played to 1 ratio. Your ranking is determined by the point system. Correctly predicting the winner of a single match earns you +1 point. Correctly choosing the top 3 in any order earns plus 5 points, and correctly choosing the top 3 in the exact order earns a massive plus 10 points. The tab is fully interactive, allowing you to click on the P/W number to see a detailed list of every match prediction the user made, and clicking on the total points reveals a full points breakdown, summarizing how they earned their score. This tab is your home base for competition and score tracking, allowing you to track your rivals and polish your picks.
Yo, bang, bang!
Turn on. Feel white bodies in the yard, but I see none. I love the one in the weave on. It be in my mind, boss, mind boss. Feel white ballers in the yard, but she see none. She love the one in the dreadlocks. And it be in my mind, boss, mind boss. To me, Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall upon. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall upon. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. It's in the rhythm. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alamte. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. Bashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alamte. Chamala mafuno, my bro. My bugger drop, enough bag of chat, enough bag of love, yeah. My dollar drop, yeah. Make city shots, now who the door. Check the shit, check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit, I wanna check the shit. Check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit. To me, Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall upon. So I'ma put it in a robot. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. Bashami demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alamte. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Me to know. Every time me to know. Me to know. Me to know. To know. To know. To know. Everything me to know.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
Welcome to mashharder.com, the home of esports tournaments, matchups, and player stats all in one place. In this walkthrough, we're kicking things off with the tournament page showing you exactly how to navigate through each tab and get the most out of the platform. First up, the Overview tab. This is your go-to spot for everything you need to know about a tournament at a glance. The Overview tab gives you a complete snapshot of the entire tournament, who's playing, what's happening, and how far the event has progressed. At the top left, you'll find the tournament name along with the start date, prize pool, and number of participants. Right beside it, on the top right, you'll see the completion rate displayed as a percentage, showing how far the event has moved from the early rounds all the way to the finals. And right below that, there's the top 3 predictions section, a brand new feature that'll be explained in detail soon. Scroll down and you'll find the tournament details and participants list, giving you a quick look at everyone taking part. Next, we've got the Bracket tab, where the real action unfolds. The bracket view gives fans, players, and organizers a clear look at the tournament structure, current standings, and who's qualified for the next round, all updated live as matches are completed. In short, this is where you come to see who's climbing to the top and how the story of the tournament unfolds, one win at a time. Moving on to the Matches tab. This section breaks down every matchup round by round, from the opening games all the way to the grand finals. You can easily check who played who, the results, and who advanced to the next stage. Gameplay replays will also be made available here, so if you missed any matches, you can catch up and watch the highlights later. Everything updates automatically, so you're always seeing the latest results and scores. Finally, let's check out the Standings tab. This section ranks all participants based on their performance, showing their wins, losses, and total points earned throughout the tournament. Whether it's a solo competition or a team-based event, this tab gives you a quick look at who's leading the pack and who's still fighting their way up the rankings. It's simple, clean, and the perfect place to track overall progress at a glance. Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test. There's 2 types of predictions you can make: top 3 predictions of who's going to get the farthest, and single predictions for who you think will win a specific match. You can find top 3 predictions in the Overview tab. Here you'll be able to choose which players or team is going to take the top 3 spots. Single predictions can be found in the Matches tab, where you can select winners for specific rounds. Back to the Predictions tab. The first thing you see is the leaderboard, which ranks everyone who's made predictions based on their points total. On this board, you can track each user's performance, seeing their specific top 3 picks, the number of top 3 spots they got correct, and their overall PW, predictions played to 1 ratio. Your ranking is determined by the point system. Correctly predicting the winner of a single match earns you +1 point. Correctly choosing the top 3 in any order earns +5 points, and correctly choosing the top 3 in the exact order earns a massive +10 points. The tab is fully interactive, allowing you to click on the P/W number to see a detailed list of every match prediction the user made, and clicking on the total points reveals a full points breakdown, summarizing how they earned their score. This tab is your home base for competition and score tracking, allowing you to track your rivals and polish your picks.
Yo, bang, bang!
Few white bodies in the yard, but I see none. I love the one in the weave on. It be in my mind, boss, mind boss. Few white ballers in the yard, but she see none. She love the one in the dreadlocks. And it be in my mind, boss, mind boss. To me, Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall upon. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall upon. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. It's in the rhythm. Ashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alamte. Chamala mafuno, my bro. Malabu nyam. Ashima demu sawanje. Mobe kebi alamte. Chamala mafuno, my bro. My bugger drop, enough bag of chat, enough bag of love, yeah. My dollar drop, yeah. Make city shots, now who the door? Check the shit, check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit, I wanna check the shit. Check the settings, now read the shit. I show you one, I want to take. Check the settings, now read the shit. I wanna read the shit. Tell me, Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot song. Panaya drop from Babylon. Catch my boys in the hall of fun. So I'ma put it in a robot song, robot